want to get your permission, but from now on is what I'm
By the
saying
way,
is I'm just assuming and I'm just gonna hit it.
yeah, that's cool. So, but
Mhm.
how do you go about sharing your stream? What would I have to do if I were on your live?
There's a little button up top
Yeah.
that says share your stream.
Are
That's
you
It's
it.
a
talking
little
about on the
banner.
laptop?
I'm
On
on
the
my phone
laptop or
right
on the
now. I'm on
really?
my phone right now. Yeah. And there's just a little
Okay,
banner
cool.
up there that says hit the stream. And I think that's a new feature that they've done because the first one I did was with Candy K when I was
Okay.
on vacation. And I don't know if you watched that live that I was with her.
Who's Candy
But
Cane?
She's another
she was just
content creator.
another content creator.
No, I know
And
the
she
name.
just
It's
So I'm
spelled
trying to.
K-E. It's spelled Kendy.
Oh, she's Kan.
Ken. Oh, well, the one we're
No.
talking about is Ken.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Continue.
so
Hey,
anyway, she did a live and she like had me on. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, does anybody want to join? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll jump on. And jumped on and it was like I think it was her first live or one of her first lives, you know.
yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I gotta go. And she's like, no, you can't go. You gotta and I was like, ooh, it's a little
I'm gonna ex-
uncomfortable.
I'm gonna experiment with my audio right quick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That would
Sorry,
happen with the
guys.
start?
It
No, is
might
that
have.
what happened with the start?
So, Mr. Burns, do you keep these lives on live on?
Do I keep these what?
Do you keep the lives like on the cloud?
I think StreamYard has uh some kind of cloud thing. Yeah.
No. Do you leave
I
your
don't know.
show for other people to see? Like when we're talking right now, this is a
Yeah.
live.
It's
If
Are
gonna.
you
you
gonna
look
Yeah.
save
It's
it
gonna,
for people to see it later?
yeah. You can
if
see
you
it
look
later.
up, are you a content creator yourself?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay. So if you look at the top right corner, there should be a button for you to hit that says add to your stream. Did I hear Rudy? Did you is Rudy in the room?
Jesus, I
No,
can't do it.
that's pretty.
Oh, pretty. Hey, pretty.
They're pretty. And then there's Princess.
I ain't got anything set up in here. Oh,
Let me
Jesus.
put up. Let me put up the referral link for StreamYard. That way, if anybody's interested in opening up an account with StreamYard, there's a free version that everybody can use. Pretty just dropped off, but there's a free version that everybody can use.
Jay, Jay, are
Yes,
you on your phone or your laptop?
I'm on my phone. I just got home and I saw the
Okay.
thing says live, so I jumped on. I hopped on.
Well, are you set up with StreamYard already?
Am I set up with what?
StreamYard already.
No. Mr. Burns just told me about it recently.
Oh, okay. All right. See, because I'm set up with StreamYard. So everything because I'm set up with StreamYard, I just got to hit that button and it just automatically goes live to my
Your
channel.
channel, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But
McFarren just
not
popped in. I think they're from your channel,
who's that?
McFarren or NC Farming. I'm sorry, NC Farming. I'm sorry. Is that
Yes,
North
NC
Carolina
Farming.
Farming?
Yes, I believe. Hey, give me 1 second. Max.
I got a
Um
question. So I'm not wearing any shirt or anything like that. So should I put on a t-shirt or something?
I don't think YouTube. I don't think YouTube makes a big deal about it.
No, but I don't want to offend anybody in your circle.
Give me 1 second.
It might be hard to offend anybody in my circle. I mean, if but
Good one, good one.
it's on you, man. If you want to put a shirt on.
No, I'm cool. I just came in. It's like massively hot. I just turned on the AC, so I'm chilling out.
Okay.
I don't have a problem.
See, pretty get back in.
So who are all these pretty and
These are all people that I've met on YouTube.
oh nice.
Relationships that I've established with people through YouTube.
Cool.
Yeah.
I try to use that other referral, and I'm having the hardest time to sign on to that daggone thing because I think I forgot my password when you go through like
The setup?
yeah. Well, I guess I won't get my hours.
So yeah. Whenever I set up, I like to keep a pen and paper with me available. That way I don't encounter those things. I got tired of not remembering what the password was for something. So anytime I set up, I got into the habit of keeping a pen and a paper with me. That way.
Right. Oh, God, I won't get no hours for this. But
I made a notebook. And that's what we did. And I've got all my passwords and all that other stuff on it on my notebook. And if I pass away tomorrow, my wife can get into my accounts. Everything she's got everything's got a different email account. Everything's got a different email password, stuff like that. But not only that, my memory's shit. So I,
yeah, but I'm only 41 and my mind is already on shit.
Okay.
That's my point. Write it down, sister. Write it down. That's the whole point. Write it down. Make yourself a little notebook.
Camo Campa 50. How is everybody doing this evening? Well, I'm doing well. Everybody respond to Camo.
I've been on at least about 3 lives
Camo's
today.
from my end.
What did you say, Pretty?
I've been on 3 lives today. Oh God.
Oh really?
Oh my goodness.
I was with Stephanie 57, Journey. The guy named Chip, his birthday is tomorrow. They was doing a celebration for that. And I'm on this one.
Nice.
You're on.
I'm glad you made it to mine.
Yeah, but I still won't get no hours with this though. But it's okay. Anything for you, Bestie. I do it for free.
You're my BFF. You know how we do.
Yep. I keep it gangster.
Now, keep it gangster with me. Absolutely. Now,
yeah.
I usually do long form videos for Whip It Out Wednesday, but my schedule is so crazy right now. I was sleeping until about maybe 45 minutes ago, an hour ago.
Really?
Yeah, I was sleeping for most of the day.
Did I wake you up?
No.
I was gonna say,
oh, wow.
wake you up, man.
Yeah, my look, that's one of the challenges of being an over the road truck driver, especially when you're hauling refrigerated goods, is trying to have some kind of schedule that you can rely on so that you can have some consistency. But when you're hauling refrigerated goods, you have no consistency. You have no real schedule. It's all over the place, and a lot of times, you're exhausted. Like when I started the live, I was in a haze. I was like in another world. I got myself something to eat, and then when I got back and I set up for the live, Um, yeah, I wasn't 100% here.
That
I am
means
now
your ass need
though.
to go on vacation.
Hey, you're here now, right? So that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
that's it. Vacation, yeah.
You need it
I,
majorly.
I would love that, but I have a goal in mind, and with that goal, it's going to be hard for me to take a vacation for another 2 3 years. That's not a big deal for
Well,
me. I know for some people, that's a really big deal. They have to take their vacations once or twice a
right.
year at a certain
What
type of
is a
the year.
vacation again?
Exactly. You see, Jay just chimed in and asked, "What's a vacation again?" Yeah. Um,
Because I haven't
I've I've
had.
I-
Go ahead.
I've
Go
done
ahead.
plenty of traveling in my youth. I've done plenty of traveling. I've done plenty of vacationing, and my priorities shift. And when they did shift, vacations just weren't on amongst the top things in my list of priorities. My priorities changed, and especially when I had my firstborn. When I had my firstborn, my priorities changed, and
Yeah.
my focus was the safety and security and the financial future of my son and any of my other children. They're my children are my priority. So whenever I make a decision, it has more to do with their future than anything else. And I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. That doesn't I've heard I've heard some parents, I've heard some people express uh things that are not in line with how I think, and that's fine too, to each his own.
Yeah.
However, for me, top on the list of priority, me, I'll wear myself down to the bare bones so long as my children's future is well enough so that they have the options to maneuver and do as many things as they possibly can.
I hear you 100%.
Yeah.
However, I am going to say your job to some people can be considered a permanent vacation. You go everywhere. You see, you're checking in. You're traveling. You're all over. That's where. That's what got me into going into the job profession that I was, being
Right.
a seasonal cook. Because
Right.
I could go everywhere. I could go to these places. Granted, I was working. However, I'd see Niagara Falls. I'd see, all these places. I've been up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan,
Yeah.
and go places that I never would have been had I not had that job. So, in a sense, you're on a freaking permanent vacation, buddy. I mean, I hope you understand that and appreciate that a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? From the
No, I
people
understand. I
watching
understand. Right. I
from the
understand
outside.
100%. No, yeah, I understand
So,
100% the fact that I can go to locations where most people can't go because of whatever
exactly.
constraints exist for them.
Yeah.
Um,
Or who will never go there for any other reason. Yeah.
yeah. And
But as you said, once you get a family, once you get the because for me, I stopped doing it when I had children. I had babies.
right.
Then it wasn't fun anymore. Then now it's more of a job. You know,
Yeah,
I wasn't having
I
fun doing
never
it.
I never considered trucking fun. I did it
Mhm.
I did it for a paycheck, and then I got
Yeah,
involved in the business aspect of it.
yeah,
And oh, okay. Yeah, and the like just I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This truck driver lost his career, lost his freedom in a road rage incident, which we encounter
Oh,
very often. But
I'm sure.
this truck driver, who was well known amongst Hispanic truck drivers, because he had his own YouTube channel and other social media platforms, and he was very well known in the Hispanic trucking community. And now his freedom is done because he, in a fit of road rage, he pulled out a firearm and shot into a vehicle,
Mm.
Ooh.
and yeah, and injured the person.
Oh
Ooh.
my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
His career is done.
yeah, those are the types of things that
He's
They
gonna
people
can't
have to
don't get
change
to
be
see.
God.
working security at Walmart now.
Yeah, these are the types of things, the near fatal accidents that you get into when you start nodding because you're exhausted. Like had I been driving immediately after I woke up, I probably still would have been drowsy. And out here in Utah, you're going you're going to jail if you get pulled over by the authorities and they notice that you're fatigued. They're putting the cuffs on you. They're taking you to jail. And a
Oh
Yeah.
lot of
wow.
states are like that. Yeah, when you're a CDL driver and you drive a tractor trailer, if you're driving fatigue, it's the equivalent of driving under the influence. So they will lock you
Yeah.
up. Or if if it's up to the law enforcer to decide what to do with you. Hopefully they'll just tell you to go to the nearest rest area, and they'll go to check to see if you pulled in or not. But if you kept going, they'll probably lock you up. They're giving you that
Damn.
chance. But
Yeah.
yeah,
If they're
here,
nice. If they're nice
yeah, if
about
they're
it.
nice, you know, there there's some dangers. The trucking is one of the top 8 most dangerous jobs in the United States, and people may not
I
be
believe
aware of
it.
that. And so, yeah, maybe there is a perk that I can travel to a lot of different places where I never would have gone had I not been a truck driver. But there's also
Yeah.
that the flip side of that, and you can encounter some people like not too long ago. What
Like
was it? A
Nathan.
month and a
Like
half, 2 months
Nathan.
ago?
Like
Huh?
Nathan. Like Nathan.
Nathan?
Yeah. You said you encounter people. It was like Nathan on the road.
Yeah, yeah. Like I showed you guys the scar I had on my fist from getting into an altercation with another driver. That kind of stuff happens. There was one time in New York City, I was doing a delivery in Midtown, right near
Mm.
57th Street, 56th Street, and I believe it was 8th Avenue. Was it? I got clipped on the leg by a taxi. Thankfully, uh, he was he wasn't uh, he wasn't far from his starting position, so he didn't accelerate all that fast, but it was enough. I was limp for like 2 weeks. It didn't break
Mm.
any bones, but it was painful. I was in pain for like 2 weeks, working and delivering. These are the type of one time in Florida, as a matter of fact, I was almost pinned. This guy was backing up a trailer. He didn't see me. I was almost pinned and crushed by this trailer. I was
Oh
maybe
my God.
within yeah, I was almost maybe within 2 feet from getting crushed. Um,
Jesus.
That
I
was
caught
North
the movement of the
Florida.
trailer in my periphery and jumped out of the way. What?
North Florida.
What was that? In
Jacksonville.
center Florida, Central Florida.
Oh, Central.
Yeah, the guy was backing up. He didn't even see me, and
Yeah.
I was like maybe 2 feet away from getting crushed to death. But
Oh, you
I
were
caught
on
the
foot
movement of the
walking.
trailer in my, yeah, because I was trying to yell out. There was no way to access the warehouse. So I had to call out to the guy. The guy couldn't hear me because he was on his forklift. So he couldn't hear me. I'm yelling. I'm trying to get his
Yeah.
attention to get this process going, to get me unloaded. And while I'm doing that, the guy who changes the trailers from one door to another, we call him the yard man or the yard dog or the switcher, or there's a couple other names that they use for them. But the way he was backing in, I was on his blind side, so he couldn't see me from there. And as luckily for me, I caught the movement of the trailer in my peripheral vision, and I jumped the hell out of the way. If not, I wouldn't be here today. And
Yeah.
there are a few other instances where stuff like that has happened. Drowsy while I'm driving, going downhill with a full load in New York State, and
Yeah.
the road was going downhill and turning, but the road was getting real narrow because of construction on a bridge. And had I not snapped out of it when I did, I could have fallen maybe 200 feet over that bridge. I would have been gone. I would have been
Yeah.
done. And when you don't have,
How long ago was this?
this was about 3 years ago, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. And
You've got
another,
in my when I was working construction, we used to call it a mini heart attack when that happened, where your
right.
heart's going 1,000,000 miles an hour at that instant.
Yeah.
So
And I've had many heart attacks so often. I was in Hartford, Connecticut, pulling in for some fuel and some coffee. I stepped down from the truck. I'm locking the truck. I turn to walk toward the area where I have to go pay for the fuel and get my coffee and whatnot. And as I'm turning around to start walking, a shootout breaks out. Okay.
yeah.
So all this popping is going on, and I hit the floor, and I was so close to the action that after the car peeled out that was shooting, I pat myself down to see if I had any wet spots, because
I'm sure you
it
had
was
a
it
few.
was yeah, it was just that close.
Yeah.
And you encounter stuff like that. Well, depending on where you drive, I go in and out of major cities. Sometimes I even film the ghettos that I'm in while I'm delivering.
Yeah.
And that's you're driving a truck, you're going downhill, you're fully loaded.
For sure.
Hey, here comes Rudy.
We can't stop on a dime.
No, you can't stop on a dime. And not only that,
a lot of people
you
don't
have a
understand
blowout.
that, you know?
One of your front tires blows out, you lose control, and you were just doing maybe 75 miles an hour downhill, and you got a blowout. Is that you, Rudy?
Yes.
Hi, Rudy.
Yeah, today is the final day of the challenge.
Nice.
Rudy,
Can you
how
tell
are you?
everybody? Can you tell everybody what the challenge
Hey,
is?
Rudy.
Oh, it's the 100-day challenge by the source.
Okay. Tell everybody what the challenge was.
Oh, it's kind of like the source doing it's called Are You Locked In?
Ah, okay. So
Yes,
Jay, let
and
me bring up Jay to date, because Jay took some time off from creating content, and there have been some developments here in the world of YouTube that perhaps Jay might not be aware. Jay, there are some communities
I just wanted to
that
let you know
that's
that
awesome, Rudy.
next day is gonna be the counting day, the counting challenge. Now that I'm already finished day 100, so right now I'm writing down how I got started. And I wanted to ask you a question. Are you locked in?
Me, yes, I am.
How many of you are locked in?
How did what?
How many of you are locked in?
That's a good question. I think Pretty's locked in. I don't know if Brandon is locked in. Jay is not locked in.
And the source, and I know,
What do you mean by locked in?
are you locked in? Chip, his birthday's coming.
That's a
What you mean by
community. Are you
locked
locked in?
in?
That's a YouTube community. That's a YouTube community.
Oh, yeah, I'm locked
I'm on.
in.
I'm in with the source. I believe I'm locked in.
It's 10 p.m. Central Time.
What do you mean locked in? Like an account?
So YouTube has communities, and everybody supports each other in those communities, and they come up with specific names to those communities. Are you locked in? I'm gonna type it in so you guys can see it. Okay, so it's hashtag. Where the hell's the hashtag? Okay, hashtag.
Yeah, I'm totally locked in.
So this. Thank you, Britt. So hashtag. Are you locked in? I don't know if you can see it, Jay, on the screen, but that's the name of a community where people engage with each other, and what they do is they support one another. They support one another's channel,
Cool.
and
Very nice. I like it.
yeah, they support one another's channel. Like for example, now this live, maybe they got the notification, maybe they didn't, but people from the Are You Locked In community will come in, hang out. As Brit Family Fun is mentioning
this
here
is
in the
my
chat.
story. Today is the final day. Should I put in the song for the You Got Locked? Are you locked in?
So long as YouTube doesn't punish me for it, yeah.
Okay, saying that today is the final day of the Sources 100-day challenge and the final day of final single digit day in July. And then I've been challenging since April. I've been inserting by trusted characters, and then I'm gonna put. I've been I'll write down that I've been shouting out the birthdays. I've been.
Yeah, so the source is another community, and the source crosses over to different communities and highlights different channels, and we all engage with each other. Most of the people that engage are people who get along, people who establish friendly relationships, for the most part, from what I've seen. Where did Rudy go? Rudy's
Why
on
do people
mute.
have, why do people have
Rudy
the
muted
cameras
himself.
off?
He muted himself. Huh?
Why do people have the cameras off?
Sometimes they don't feel comfortable with their appearance.
I wish
Sometimes they don't.
the users users. I wish the users a birthday on the dates where I've uploaded the challenge.
Okay.
Rudy,
Yes.
tú habla español. See?
Claro que sí. Oh, and you're from. Is your name Palm Beach because you're from Palma Beach, Florida?
I'm in Palm Beach, Florida. Correct. That's why I got it.
Alright.
But when I was talking to you, you said that you spoke Spanish fluently.
Claro que sí. That's why I've been uploading those
I
Spanish
don't speak
commercials.
it fluently. I'm just sorry. I don't want to put that out. I don't speak it fluently, but I understand Spanish.
Yeah, Jimena speaks Spanish.
Who? Who does? Rudy, who did
Jimena,
you say?
Jimena,
Huh? Jimena.
Jimena,
Who's Jimena?
the magic, the magic source, the magic,
The source?
no, that's the magic, candle.
Oh, the magic candle from that you met at the source? Jimena?
Yeah, yes.
That's a very Spanish name, Jimena.
Yeah. Yeah, not married, not many people's name starts with the letter X.
No.
I can only think of one, and that's Xavier.
Oh, okay, and do you watch Marines and do you all remember the Marines commercial with Betty Butter making the sword?
Yeah.
Oh, you see, you have seen that commercial about the Marines. Where did you watch it on?
On TV.
What network and what station and what language?
It was an English language channel.
And where are you from?
When you say where I'm from, well, where was I raised? Where was I
Where were you?
born? Where my
What's were
family
you?
from?
Where
Were
were
you
you when you
watching?
watched that commercial? I think that's what
I
he
was.
means.
Oh, he asked another question though. So I was born in Puerto Rico, Rudy. My family's from the
Mhm.
Dominican Republic. I was born in Puerto Rico and I was raised in New York City.
Oh, New York City. So they do air Marines in New York City. So I'm guessing I probably would say was it like channel 41 or channel 2, 4, 5, 7, 9.
Oh yeah, they put it up there.
Oh,
They
and
put it
then
up.
when you watch
All the channels that you mentioned, they put it up there.
so when you were watching the Marines on 41, were you watching it in English or in Spanish if it aired on channel 41?
Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't think 47 never aired Marines in New York. How about
What was
11
that?
and 13? Because New York has 11 and 13.
They have a limited what?
They have channel 11 and 13 in New York City.
Yeah, but they got 40. They got 41 or Univision or Telemundo. They have both.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been uploading more videos from that station WNJU. I have
Hmm.
a lot. I have a lot of more settings to go. Then
So
that
Rudy,
reminds me,
what are your origins? Where's your family from? Where are you from?
San Vicente, and well, my family's from San Vicente, but I'm from Houston, Texas.
Where did you say your family is from?
San Vicente,
San Vicente, Mexico.
yes. No, Central America,
San Vicente.
yes.
What country is it? What country is San Vicente? Is San Vicente the name of the city?
Yes.
Is it Honduras, Guatemala? What is it?
Salvador.
El Salvador. Oh, good.
Yes, okay, yes.
I grew up with a family from El Salvador.
Yes.
Very very humble people.
I dated a woman from El Salvador.
Yeah, very humble
Yeah.
people. But their dad though, their dad, you know, he had to do some fighting out there. If people here on this live, if you don't know about Salvadoran history, you might want to check it out.
I worked with a guy in Southern Florida. I mean, I work with a few El Salvadorians currently.
Yeah.
Um, but when I was a
Yeah, that's
teenager
why
and I
my
was
name
looking,
is so silly because my name is pronounced Idaeta.
Your what? Your last name?
Yeah, Idaeta.
Good night. Hook it up,
Oh,
Homestead. So I have to go. My supervisor who monitors every move I just make. Pull up. Have a good night. See you guys later.
take care. Nice meeting you, Jay.
No, not
no,
me.
I'm Jane leaving. He's reading what Hook It Up Homestead said. All right,
Oh,
Homestead.
Oh,
oh,
but I left a message inside the little chat thing. I don't
I
know if you
saw it.
saw it. You
I saw
did.
it,
I'm
pretty.
sorry. I
No,
would
you're
stay up
fine.
here with y'all, but I'm I'm
No, no, no,
sorry.
no, no. Go right ahead. It's late night right now. No, no, no. Don't worry
Okay.
about that. I understand 100%. Listen, keep. Hey, I know what it's like. Remember, I don't have a set schedule, so I get tired at all kinds of weird hours of the day. As a matter of fact, I
Oh,
was on the phone with Rudy. Well, not with Rudy, with Jay, and I had to excuse myself from the conversation
Oh,
that we were having because I was sleepy,
oh my goodness.
and that was during the day, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that.
Well,
Was it something like that, Jay?
yeah.
I put my work in for the day, so I'm sorry.
No, you good. No, no, no.
I really
You
did.
don't. No, you don't even need to. You don't even need to
Oh,
apologize.
Honey, you're up in the when I get up at the crack of dawn and I'm doing something, I'm expecting nobody to be there. You've been there and said, "Hey." I'm like, wow, I got
Listen,
somebody.
listen.
You're
I'm just
there when
glad.
you're there when you're there, you know?
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that Dawn lets me see the crack. That's all.
you
And
know
check
what?
this out.
Shut up. Y'all are just so crazy. Well, I might as well go ahead and prepare myself because I'm going to be working, I guess you could say 3 jobs. So might as well get enough sleep as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Have a
So
good
good
night.
night. Good
Good
night,
night.
handsome gentlemen. Enjoy
Stay
your
Thank you.
night.
fresh. Stay fresh and keep it moist out there. You know how we do.
Well, I gotta keep it moist. I can't stay dry. See you
Yabba
later.
dabba dabba do.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Try the
Good night,
dippity do.
pretty.
Good night.
Good night.
7.63%. I'm looking at right now from one of the people that I highlight, one of the people that I usually highlight here on Whip It Out Wednesday. 7.63% year to date. So since the start of the year, January 1st, this person who's depositing $1 a day, basically. Well, they can't do it daily on Robinhood. That's what they have.
Yeah.
So they deposit $7 a week, and they're up to $278, and they're yielding a return of 7.63%, beating out the average professional that manages people's retirement accounts, beating them out. And they're doing their own managing of their own account. It really isn't that hard to do. It really isn't.
This is
Uh, the problem is for most people is getting over the initial fear of getting actively involved, of getting in there and doing
yes. Yeah.
opening up their own account.
It took me 10 years living with my wife. She had a 401k program with her work, and I'm like, why aren't you accessing that? You know?
What was her response?
If I
What was her
had
response?
if I had any hair in my head, I would just rip it out. You know?
Okay,
It
well,
was,
what was her response when you asked her that? What was her response?
well, maybe later. We'll deal with it. You know, later. It was basically later. You know, we're not gonna deal with that now. Later. And I'm like, how can you? You know, I don't know. So while I was sitting and getting my taxes done, this is the only question. This is the only relevant thing that I really have with finances to throw into the pot is Microsoft in the last 3 months went up like 23%. something
Mhm.
like that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was a record thing today, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I said, I told everybody, if you invested in Microsoft in 1980 or whenever they started,
Right.
we'd be freaking millionaires by now.
Well, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, exactly. But the point
Right.
is they're continuing to do that, you know. And I think a lot of it has got to do with, I think they were under investigation for monopoly or something, weren't they? Right before
I can't recall, but
I
what I
believe
will say is this: a lot of what goes on with finances is linked to emotions. It's linked to emotions. There's even a measure of sentiment that some people use when deciding whether or not to invest in a certain company or whether or not to trade. There's a sentiment gauge. There you go. That says it all right there. The
Yeah.
fact that there is something that monitors emotions, and
It's funny.
I tell people all the time, and it's much easier said.
Seriously, in the financial and in the aspect of the whole entire system of how it's set up, there's a system of emotions that are checked in, and that's how they evaluate by emotion.
Yeah, there's an indicator that's used. It's called the sentiment indicator. Yeah,
But I'm just
because
saying, to me, that's absurd. It's absurd. Like, gold is worth this, oil is worth this. For me, a guy to say, oh, you know,
well, the emotions are attached to the price movements. That's what it's attached to.
no, I understand what you're saying completely. But
Yeah.
to me, I'm just saying, to me, that's just absurd. It's crazy to me that
I'm glad that you take that position. I'm glad that you do, because the last thing I want people to do is to get emotionally wrapped up in their decision making process when it comes to money.
right?
It's
Gold's going up. It's going down.
it's virtually impossible.
Yeah.
But you stand to gain if you're able to do that.
Yeah. I'm built. Solomon, I know I'm built differently than most people as far as mentally and how I think and how I perceive things and how I do things. I know that. Excuse me. But I also identify other people that think differently from the norm, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I tend to gravitate myself more towards those type. That's why I've gravitated towards your channel, because you think outside of the box. I do too. There's
That's
a
the
box.
Uranus in him.
What's that?
That's the Uranus in him.
I don't understand what you mean, Jay.
That's his pronunciation. Well, I guess I've always grown up with the pronunciation Uranus. That's the Uranus in me.
Oh, that's oh, well, okay. Well, you know.
Hey, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Uranus.
Hey, you know what? There's a couple jokes I could make about that, but anyways, but to be serious, no.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's based on astrology.
What's that?
I'm an astrologist.
Oh, you're an astrologist. Okay. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh wow, Saturn is your ruler, and he's right now coming in all the charts for everybody to think about what is real, what is illusion, what they want, if they want it, why they want it, how they want it. And by November,
I'm a critical thinker.
whatever you wish, you better watch out because you're going to get hit or you're going to enjoy.
Just like that picture I sent you with the guy riding the giant rooster. You remember that?
Hey,
picture? You remember that?
that's an awesome.
Hey.
That's awesome. There's nothing. There's nothing more. Yeah, there's nothing more entertaining than a giant rooster.
Oh, buddy, I every time I see a rooster, I think of you. I went to Tractor Supply. They got giant roosters. I'm like, oh, I gotta take a picture. I gotta send it to Solomon.
Send it to me. Giant roosters. I think.
I will. Always.
What's the name? What's the name of my Instagram? It's XL_rooster.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
It's very interesting.
Tracy's. Oh, Tracy's. She's an awesome person. She's up in northern.
Yes, she
Canada.
is.
Great supporter.
She lives in northern Canada. You said?
Well, she's in Canada. That's much northern than me. She's much northern than me.
Oh, okay. No, because northern Canada, man, that's tundra up there.
No, I don't think. No, she's not that. No. She
Second largest country by landmass in the world.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what. She's Canadian. That's. I don't know exactly.
British Columbia.
There she goes. All right, she answered the question. Welcome, Tracy's. Oh, that's so cool. She came up. She does videos on like how to tap like homesteading, like Homestead does.
Yeah.
Up there, and like how to tap maple trees to get their sap and stuff like that.
Get that syrup. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's so cool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but the studying that Jay has done with astrology is deeper than your typical
Jay, you're like an astrologer, what you would say?
Yeah, I'm a Jyotish, Indian astrology, and I am familiar with the Western as well. So I do.
You said your background was from India, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got on that before we got sidetracked.
Yeah, but I was raised in America. I was raised in the Americas. So I was very, very westernized.
Yes. Yeah. Completely different culture.
Yeah.
Completely different situation.
No, I retain some basic traditional stuff of mine, but I have no understanding of it. Right. So I was living in the Americas. I came to New York when I was young. You know, I was DJing, I was partying, you know, hanging out like a
kid. Yeah.
And I went to college, and I was telling Mr. Burns, this guy, I think Mr. Burns is familiar with him as well. And this guy just came in and said, "Hey, do you know your prophet have 12 wives?" And I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah.
And that's what led me on my quest. Say what now?
Gumby.
I don't want to say it.
Gumby.
No, it was a young man that.
Damn it, Gumby.
Because of his haircut. Because of his haircut, he had that haircut that made his head look like.
Yeah, like Gumby. I know.
Yeah, so we used to call him Gumby.
Yeah, Tracy's wasn't sure what was going on when she first came into the channel because Uranus was mentioned, but Jay was talking about the planet, but he pronounced it politically correct. I forget what year it started becoming politically incorrect to pronounce it Uranus, but I haven't given up the tradition of calling it Uranus. In fact, I got some shorts and I've got some some short form videos when I visited the Fudge Factory, Uranus,
Yeah.
in
You went to the fudge
Missouri.
packing plant. You went to the fudge
Right. So
packing plant, right?
yeah. So if you want to get some fudge out of Uranus, it's on Missouri on I-44. If you ever happen to drive through, it's not far from the Army military base, Fort Leonard Wood. And I even spoke about the possibility that when General Wood was a major, he probably went to Uranus to get some fudge when he was Major Wood. So
And where did he put the rockets?
yeah, and there's a huge rocket in Uranus. If you go when you go in the parking lot, you'll see a rocket in Uranus, and I've always been curious to know how they got such a large object in Uranus.
They got help from Pluto.
I guess so. They got help from somebody, and it's interesting because somebody's selling homemade ice cream. Something went wrong with the spelling. It should have been home-made, but somehow it was spelled ho-made. Oh, okay. Let me get the comment off so you can see our names.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm a guest. Yes, Tracy's. I'm a guest. I'm a guest in Mr. Solomon's project. Hey, Ho's got to eat too. You know, that's the bottom line.
Yeah, and no shame, no shade. But it caught me off guard that there's this huge rocket in Uranus, and
thank you for putting those names up, by the way.
and you can get yourself some homemade ice cream. Let me see if I can locate.
Tracy's. I'm live on Richard Burns' channel. I'm not. This isn't my live. I'm participating. I'm just. This live is just being shown on my channel as well. So she's saying hello, Richard and Jay.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Here it is, guys. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you Uranus. Here it is. Are you guys able to see it?
Yes.
That's it right there.
My question.
So if you want,
my question.
So if you want,
is that
yep.
considered a fudge packing plan?
I've never seen them packing fudge, but you can definitely get some fudge out of Uranus. Matter of fact, when you go inside, that's how they greet you. They say, okay, "Welcome to Uranus."
Mr. Burns, I have to go.
I understand. I understand.
Before I pee my pants.
Jay says, I don't want none of this. I'm out.
No.
I'm out. I don't want none of this.
Because we have many people from different channels, I really can't pee myself. Because I would say some stuff. So I have to go.
Jay.
No, well, let me tell you something. Jay, before you go,
seriously,
if you ever find yourself, no, you know what? They built Uranus on the border of Ohio and Indiana, also on I-70. So if you want some fudge out of Uranus, you could always get it on I-70, right on the border. I'm talking about right on the border of Ohio and Indiana.
Right in between.
And their fudge is really good. I've had some fudge from Uranus, and it was very good.
It was very Pluterian.
It was very good. Matter of fact, I bought a T-shirt there, which is something I don't normally do. I'm not a big consumer like that, but because the
Mr. Burns,
I'm gonna tell you something. It put it on my bucket list.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna visit, you know.
Hey, I have a question, Mr. Burns. Who asked me about astrology?
That was me.
Brandon?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I just want to mention this briefly about that. My life growing up in the hood,
Yeah.
it was very chaotic,
Yeah.
and I didn't understand anything that was happening to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
You just
And
had to deal with what you had to deal with. I understand.
yeah, because it was like, punches after punches after punches. That's what it felt like, right? So it
Yes.
wasn't until that I did my astrology reading that I really understood my life, and everything made sense. And so I
Well,
got
this.
into it because I wanted to assist other people who are going through the similar struggles and not knowing what's happening to them. Nothing is making sense, right? And to give them some type of tool to help to guide them into a more expansive understanding of self.
This is a thing, Jay. All right. I'm an atheist. I have no beliefs in anything whatsoever. However, when people gave me an astrology reading, so to speak, you know what I mean? When I went to people and they were like, "Oh, you're a Capricorn. This is how you feel. This is what you do. This is what you do." They've been right on the money every freaking time, and that's crazy to me because, like I said, I don't believe in. I'm not a theological person. I'm an atheist. However, like what, just how it comes out, it's just crazy. Like, what to you when I tell you that I'm a Capricorn? What does that mean to you?
It
You
means
know,
that you're a part of something bigger.
I'm talking about personality wise. You know what I mean?
You cut out for a few seconds there.
Okay.
Um,
What
what
does
I'm
that
saying
mean
to
to you,
you,
personality wise? What does that mean to you when I tell you that I'm a
well,
Capricorn?
in the Jyotish astrology, there's 12 houses, right?
Uh-huh.
So the first house would be your personality. So when you were born at a particular time, the day or night or the hour on the eastern side of the rising of the sun would tell you about your personality, right? If born if there's constellations, there's things
Yeah,
higher than us. It's called so above, so below, right? And you don't have to be orthodox in any type of religion. It's not religion. It's chemistry. It's science. It's biology. It's what is it, Mr. Burns? Astronomy. Yeah, astronomy. It's about living things, breathing things. Math. It's mathematical. It's arithmetic, right? So it's just like it's a deeper understanding of self on a subtle level, right?
yeah.
So most people just understand the five senses about who they are, what they hear, everything tangible, what they can see, what they can feel, right? But if you go beneath it, there's the wind that you're feeling on your skin, but you can't see it. So how did that come about?
Hmm.
I mean, how did wind come about?
So
How
there
did
are
water come
forces at
about?
work. So there are forces at work that are impacting you, but you can't see it, just like the wind.
Correct. Exactly. What we call Mother Nature.
One could be called
Now,
politics.
now planets have their own gravity, and
Right.
gravity as they're getting within a certain range of each other impact one another, just
Correct.
like
Like
the
if you
moon.
like Mr. Burns, you were saying about your car with the guy.
Right. Like the moon, for example, the moon impacts us greatly. Most of our
Oh,
bodies
big.
composed of
Well,
most of our
the
body is
moon,
composed of water, and the moon
exactly.
impacts.
Most mammals,
You're
most all creatures on even sea turtles are impacted by the lunar cycles.
well,
Exactly.
we as a human being, we're made up of many minerals, right? Many chemicals, and so we're part of something bigger, and so the moon, right? Which deals with water, which is the mind, right? It affects the mind, like the low tides and the high tides, and then it has to do with vegetation, right? No, we're not talking about science in the way that we understand science today, right? This is a science from centuries ago. It's about the red blood cells in our body, right? It's about breathing, simple things as breathing. You're breathing automatically every day, but do you really understand your breath? Are you paying attention to it?
How do you know you're
Right.
breathing while you're sleeping? Right.
Exactly, right? You're actually, when you're sleeping, you're actually like dead.
What wish?
And then you wake up from the dead. That's magic, right? One day you're seeing dark, and the next minute you're seeing light. And one minute you're seeing the sun, and one minute you're seeing the moon. Magic. It's all magic. But we make it complicated, right? And
I'll
we
tell
get
you what.
anxieties.
I'll tell you what's. I'll tell you what will calm your anxiety if you're
Money.
ever not. Well, that and fudge that comes out of Uranus.
Oh
You're,
yeah.
you're actually tempting me. But the
No, you know
money.
what? Because fudge has cocoa and chocolate. Chocolate impacts a
Cacao.
certain area of your brain that gets stimulated when you have sex. So it's
But
very stimulating, and it can if you're anxious, stopping by and getting some fudge out of Uranus will probably um, either lower that level of anxiety or eliminate it altogether.
it's called the pleasure principle.
Oh my goodness. Is
Yeah, but
that
it didn't
from
come out of
Uranus?
Uranus.
Is,
No, this isn't from Uranus though. It's the only
oh,
thing.
oh my goodness. But it's still, hey.
I'm about to stimulate myself.
So
Wait, your
I'm glad,
stimulators.
Mr.
Wait,
Burns.
you like the darker variety.
I
That's what
do.
that's what you just showed.
I
You know.
like dark chocolate.
Hey,
Dark
there's
chocolate is the
no.
best. It stimulates the heart
Hey,
muscle.
everybody's got their preferences. Some like dark, some like white. Hey, you know.
I do wish it was from Uranus though.
So, Mr. Burns, this is Whip It Out Wednesday, right? So
Correct.
I spoke to you. We spoke about the moon and about the mine and about water. So money is it's called currency, right? And currency comes from the electricity within us that we connect to this feeling of money, of being wealthy. But we don't think of being wealthy because all of our lives we're contracted and we're being told that we don't have enough, that we need to get more, that we need to run and
Right.
and, and the elbow grease, and we need to grind, and we need to save.
Right.
So
So you're making the connection of what's within us and what's flowing around us, which is money.
correct, money's flowing around us, money's within us, but we're not connecting to it because we think it's outside of us, right? But it's the connection we have to make towards it. And people get all sorts of like messaging when they're younger in their formative years, and you're constantly hearing, "We can't afford that," or "We'll get that later," or "You're bugging," or all kind of negative things around money. Or you hear rich people are evil. Look what they're doing right now. The billionaires are getting tax free, but the poor are getting poorer. Why don't you ask the billionaires, how did you become billionaires and become billionaires as well? Why are
Well,
you
it's funny.
cursing them?
It's funny. It's funny you should ask that question because I'm going to tell you right now, having been in the company of billionaires and millionaires, they do they do offer hints or they do engage in conversation with people to help them sort their mind out to try to achieve what they have or even more.
See,
But
poor people are trying to get rich by an example that you made the other day on I believe it was your live when you say growing up back in the 80s where the guys used to put on the gold chains with the Kangol hats and the the outfits, how they used to wear their wealth, while rich people are putting their money in investments. Exactly,
correct,
Mr. T.
correct.
I pity the fool,
You pity the fool, exactly.
right? So
Yep.
Mr. T.
yeah, so rich folks, they are constantly investing their money, right? They're not
Right.
worried about small term, short term, this, that. Oh, that's too expensive for me. That's this. They say they have a person that they trust, an accountant that knows the wheel, knows the system. And hey, if he's saying yeah, that he knows that he's saying. And if you lose, you lose. It's a game. It's not serious. But people kill themselves. They throw themselves out of windows and high ceilings when they lose their money, right? It's a
Hmm.
game. You win, you lose. You give, you take, just like you're breathing. You inhale and you exhale. It's an even exchange. But the way that we're growing up is like you got to get yours, right? And you got to put all this money, and you kill yourself in the process, and you don't get to enjoy what life really is.
Expected PM.
Say what?
There are two sides to that coin, right? There's all right. So here on Whip It Out Wednesday, on many occasions, to help people process. Um, okay, so yeah, Tracy's there. You go, right? So Tracy said we manifest our own demise with our words and beliefs.
Correct. Exactly.
And here's the thing: the wealthy.
It's a dominant conversation you're having every day when nobody's looking.
Here's a peek into how the wealthy look at money. The wealthy look at money like they're their employees. A dollar is not a dollar to a wealthy person. A dollar is an employee for that person. A dollar goes to work for them. And then that dollar creates more employees. And those employees work for the person. By creating more employees still. There it is. Rudy, we were waiting on that.
Who's this
That's what
picture?
we were waiting on. I don't know.
And
Is that
she and I didn't know
that's,
whether it's live. It's on live right now. And if you want to watch Crystal from Hook That Yarn, that's the picture I drew.
that's Crystal?
Yes, you know her from Hook That Yarn.
No, I don't know her, but I know her now because of that drawing.
That's very cool. I like that picture. That's very artistic.
Yeah, but you could sing Hook That Yarn, Hook That Yarn, oh, Hook That Yarn. Hook that yarn, 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 Crystal, hook that yarn, Crystal. Hook that yarn, Crystal. Hook that yarn, Crystal. Hook that yarn, Crystal. Hook that yarn.
You created an anthem there, Rudy.
Balling, balling, balling. This is the real Crystal, see?
Yep.
Oh, you know her now?
Now I do. Thanks to you, Rudy.
And look who she was with. That was her with Peach. You want to see a picture of Miss Peach 50 living?
Put her up.
There's it. There, that's her right here.
Nice.
Compare that with that drawing. Does it look same or different?
Rudy, you're an hour
It-
behind me, so
It's
I'm in
exactly.
Eastern time, and Tracy's
What do you
Tracy's
think
at
they're both doing on the picture?
I think it's exactly.
I'll give you a clue. They're sitting on a piano bench.
Okay.
Yeah, because Miss Peach is playing a song. I don't know if Crystal's joining in to sing with her, or is she gonna sing by herself?
Anyway,
I'll
guys,
tell you what.
I thank you very much for allowing me to be
Because
part of
Miss
this
Peach
conversation.
really
But it's
sings
midnight here in
him.
New York City, so I'm
She
gonna head
sings
out.
praises on through.
All right.
Jay.
Hey, Jay, don't forget.
Jay, it was wonderful meeting you.
Likewise, thank you.
What's better than having flowers on your piano?
Can I answer that? Can I answer
Go
that?
ahead.
Yes, please,
Go ahead,
Rudy.
Brandon.
I can't answer it on the live.
Tulips on your organ.
There you go. Good job.
Do you know a hymn song?
I told you, you and I have got this.
We're like
Like-minded individuals.
yeah. Great
In a
minds think
world-
alike.
But in a world of people that
Chip.
don't.
And Chip's
Hey, Jay.
birthday.
Yeah.
I'll call you tomorrow.
All right. Have a good one. Good night, guys.
Stay
Have a good
fresh.
night.
Keep it
Good meeting
moist.
you, Jay.
Likewise.
Thank you, Jay.
Peace.
It was a pleasure.
Peace and
Pleasure
hair
meeting you.
grease.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
And bacon grease. Don't forget the
Bacon grease is bacon grease is even better.
I like bacon grease just because I'm a cook.
Bacon makes it better. Bacon makes it better all the time. My headset is about to go out. I don't know what's going to happen. You remember when I've tried to start the first live?
My phone shut out. That's why I had to get on my laptop. That's why I went out. I don't even know if it's still.
When I shut my headset off, I lost all my microphones. So it's on the verge of shutting off. So I don't know what's going to happen. But just in case, everybody, I want to thank everybody who came in and everybody who sees the replay, and I love the support that you guys give me. I love the participation. I love the conversation. I love the interaction. It can get very lonely over the road in the truck. So these types of interactions are helpful for me, for my mental health.
I talked to you about this. It was because that I started doing YouTube was because the exact same thing. I was getting home. I was leaving work. My kids were asleep. I was getting home. My kids and my family was asleep.
Yeah.
And now I've got a family. Well, I wasn't going out to bars anymore and stuff like that. But yeah, exactly the same situation exactly that you're talking about. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't have
It's
that
lonely, man.
interaction, and you don't have that, I 100%, but not only on that just specific level, but on just how we grasp content that's going on in the world, how we can communicate to one another. I don't know. That's why I always enjoy, and that's always, and you've got my line. You've got, hey, you got.
Yeah, Tracy, I'm a trucker. I'm a trucker over the road. I'm currently in Idaho. I'll be going to Washington. From Washington, I don't know where I'm going. Washington State.
He's everywhere, Tracy's. He's everywhere. He's fun to watch because he's everywhere. If you enjoy traveling, watch him.
I love great conversation too.
Oh yeah. He's a great conversationalist, and he's very open to everybody. That if you don't mind me saying,
No, you're
you're very open to everybody that comes in, no matter what their points of view are. I I give you credit for a lot of trolls that I would say, you know what I mean, that just come in slamming. You just say, hey, why do you say that? You
Yeah.
know, and
Mhm.
you break it down and hey,
It's-
well, this is what I heard. This is what you know.
Right.
And Rudy, it's always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Oh yes.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to talk with you, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that challenge video. How was your challenge, Renee and Sasha? That's what I'm.
Well, good
Everything
luck.
keeps.
Good
Big
luck
time.
with that. Good luck with doing that. And
Yeah, that is my last day, and now we're gonna move on to the counting from 0 to 100 tomorrow. So if you have a pen and paper ready,
no,
and
I do not. And I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna go to sleep right now, and I'm not gonna
no, it's
remember.
for tomorrow.
Oh,
I'll remember. Go ahead, Rudy. Spill it.
Okay, so the counting challenge is gonna be 3 ways to do the challenge by counting. It will be by handwriting, voice, and 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 typing throughout the social medias, including YouTube and Facebook, everywhere. Now the
Nice.
handwriting, you need a pen and paper, and you be sure to use the same pen and the same page.
Nice.
You want me to
I'll
show
be
you my
prepared.
handwriting? Did
Go ahead.
I have it in my
Pull it out.
basement, in my closet? Let me just take it out so that I can show you how I did 0 to 100. There it is. It's a long, big old piece of paper. Look at this. It did
Show it.
all the.
there you are. Now I can see
Oh,
you.
wow. Okay. Now we're talking business from 0.
All right.
Wow.
Do you
Oh,
see what?
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Rudy,
ready
that's
for
big
the
time right
next?
there.
Yeah.
This
All the way up to
section.
Show it.
34.
Show it.
Oh, you got another page? A separate page?
That's the
Nah, that's the
same
same
one,
page.
but
Oh, wow. Up to 68. Okay.
and the last one.
Oh,
That's because that's the way the page.
yeah. Gotcha, Rudy.
Now
All the
we can
way up
show
to
you.
100. Oh, wow. That's all the way up to 100.
Since you said 34, you gotta say 32.
I got to say 32?
Yes, and then 93 for the 68.
Okay.
But
I did it
but
right.
since you're in Palm Beach, so West Palm Beach means means that you do get channels 29 and 25.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
get 29, 25. That's the local yeah. Those
But
are
that's
the
not your
local.
area, Rudy.
That
And then
is
Rudy,
that is
you got
when we
channels
used to
54 and
wait,
50.
Rudy, I'm gonna interrupt you for a minute because that's when we used to have the rabbit ears and we used to have the television stations. We don't have that really anymore. Now everything's kind of changing the internet. But I
Oh,
remember channel 25, 29. 29 was Fox, if I believe. Fox owned 29.
yeah, and channel 25 airs ABC and the CBS and NBC all dual.
I had a black and white television, and I used to tune it in, and it would be. Do you guys remember Glow Wrestling? Do you guys, Rudy? You're obviously old enough to know that.
Oh, wrestling? You're watching wrestling on 25?
No. It was on UHF. It was on a UHF channel. Glow. Mr.
Yeah.
Burns. Do you remember that? Glow?
I didn't watch
Mr.
Glow.
Burns.
Gorgeous
Why do you
ladies
call
of
him Mr.
wrestling.
Burns? Are you referring to I'm Charles Montgomery Burns? Remember that man?
Oh,
Charles
Tracy's has to go.
Montgomery
She has
Burns.
to put the chickens away.
Charles Montgomery Burns
There
is
it
the
is.
man that was
Tracy.
elected.
Good night, Tracy's.
He worked
Good
in
night.
the
Coming.
power plant,
Good night.
and there was a time when he was eating at that Charles Montgomery Burns house, and he got mad that he lost his election, that he had to shoot all the glass in their house
Oh my Lord.
because he said he was
He took it seriously, huh?
he said, "Oh, I'm Charles Montgomery Burns," and he begins to break every picture frame. He wanted to tip the
Oh my
table.
goodness.
Let me tell you, Rudy, anybody with the last name of Burns, you just got to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Don't drop your guard on them.
Yeah, Mr. Burns is I'm referring to the guy that works in the nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
You
Oh, Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. You're talking about The Simpsons.
know. And Burns is actually the last name of Steve from. Did you ever seen the plane? The plane.
Yeah.
And
That was his favorite. That was his favorite M&Ms. The plane.
Z-Plane. That was Fantasy Island or
Fantasy Island. Yeah, it was Fantasy
yeah.
Island.
Yeah.
And why do cockroaches appears on a pest control ad?
Wow, that's a tough one, Rudy. That's a tough one. You're gonna have to help me with that one.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Is it because pest control means bugs?
I'm bugging out right now. Yeah, that
I don't know what
sounds.
you mean, Rudy. Yeah.
And what do they do with the bugs? Do they protect them or save them?
I think they put them on the internet. No.
I'm talking about roaches and ants.
Oh, okay. Maybe they saved them for chocolate bars.
No, I think they do like Raid. Have you ever heard of that bug spray called Raid?
Oh yeah, Raid. Yeah, of course. Raid kills roaches. Yeah.
Why do they want to do that? Why did they invent Raid?
There's actually an independent film that went on, which is really great. It was about a train where the basically the world had frozen over, and the only thing that was alive was this train, and that's what they were eating was bugs. They were feeding everybody bugs because that was the most sustainable
source
of protein to create, and they were making them into like protein burgers and feeding them to the lower class, but
wow,
I forgot what the name of that, but the train was just basically on a route, a nonstop route,
They were going around in circles.
Yeah, basically because the world had frozen over. It was an ice age,
Wow. Who was in that movie? Was it John Voight?
No, but one long dong. One
ball hung low, the Chinese guy?
Yeah, I think he was in there too. Yeah, there were a couple like that over there.
Some dumb boy was in there?
Yeah, I believe so. But actually, it was a very entertaining movie because the lower class was at the end of the trains, you know, and they were,
Oh, that was from what, 2016 or something like that. That movie.
yeah, somewhere like that. I don't know, but it was a cool movie. It was just a movie about a train, and then the people at the end of the train rioted up to the front. In the front there, they were having sushi. They were having, you know, eloquent cuisine.
They were eating well.
They were eating very well, and they were, you know, laboring off of the peasants that were in the back. You know,
Right.
so.
I think I know which movie you're talking about.
But it was a train, and the train didn't. It just wasn't allowed to stop. You know, it couldn't stop because if it stopped, it would everybody would freeze to death, essentially.
Right. I think I know the movie you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. It was a cool little movie. It was a cool movie.
I don't remember the name.
Talking
I'm trying to
about
remember the name of the actors.
what's that?
I don't remember the name, and I don't remember the names of the actors, but
No, I
do
don't
remember.
either. But it was actually pretty cool because it was like I said, they processed bugs to feed the lower class,
Right.
You know? Which, in as far as a cook, in all honesty, as far as protein base goes,
Yeah.
the most efficient way to get protein is bugs. There's no other way around it. There's no you feed a cow. How long do you got to feed them? You know what I mean?
Right.
With bugs, you can get the same amount of protein that you get from beef for a fraction of the cost that it takes to eat beef. So to make these patties or whatever the hell they call them, actually was an efficient way to feed the masses, you know? You know? But it's like also Soylent Green. I mean, you know what Soylent Green is, right?
No.
It's people. You know that? Soylent Green was the movie that they did.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green. Do you know what Soylent Green is, Rudy?
No, I don't know. But he said that there's what kind of bugs were they eating?
Mr. Burns, can you pull up Soylent Green on the internet? Can you pull that up? Oh, you're down. You're done.